Hey guys, today we are going to make the cover, and it's really a large one, so let's see first the measurements. My first piece is 30 by 22 centimeters, and in inches it's 11 6/8 by 8 1/8 inch. One piece. The second piece is a little bit bigger. It's 30.5 by 22 centimeters, and it's 12 by 8 1/8 inch. One piece. And then we need 3 pieces of these, and these are 6 by 22 centimeters, and in inches it's 3/8 by 8 1/8 inch, and we need this 3 times, so 3 pieces. Okay, so the meaning is that we pick the largest one, and then this will be the spine on the left, and this will be the spine on the right. Yeah, then we want to make this one to the left, because this one is smaller, so this one will go then if it's all back, if it's all in. So this is the spine, this is the front page, that's the one that's a bit smaller. Then we have the spine on the right, that's this one, and for the last piece this will come over for the closure. So I hope that makes sense. So if we have to make it on the right order, then we have first the small big one, then the spine, then the biggest one, that's the bottom, then the spine on the right, and the closure spine. Yeah, it's not a spine, but this is the closure. So that is the order we are going to attach. And while this is really big, I think I'm going to move somewhere else, because my table is really small. It ends, yeah, just a little here where I sit with my belly, and then I have, well, so much after this, and so it's really small. So I think I will go downstairs preparing it together, and I will be back in a minute and I will show you. And you can use paper, but because this is really big, I am going to use tape. And I will start at these small sections. So the same one as we always do, leave the gaps big enough, at least 4 millimeters. That's really an option. That should be big enough. And so first I'm going to use the tape on these sides all the way. That's 4 openings, and then I will go with my tape all the way around, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so one last time. the small big one, the spine, the biggest one, and then 2 small pieces. Yeah, 2 small, biggest, 1 small, and the smallest biggest. If that makes sense. The smallest biggest. Okay. Back in 1 second. Alrighty, so this is how it looks like when I'm done. So, and then this goes to this at the end. So this will be the closure. You saw in the first album I made this closure, but I noticed that this was a little gap when I attached the closure, so I want to make it sturdier. So that's why I decided to make the front cover all the way. So yes, so the next thing I will do is cover this up with black paper, and I think I'm going to need a bigger piece, a 30 by 30 paper, to cover it all up. So it will be, I think I don't need to, perhaps, wait just a minute, wait. I don't know which paper I want, but let's assume I just can cover this up right away with my design paper. Because this is sturdy enough. Okay, so I don't need to cover it up first with black. It does not need. Okay, yeah. So let's see what paper I am going to use for the outside. And well, on the inside, let's think. Yeah, I think I am going to make the hinge first and then do the outside. Now I am going to cover up first the outside. Yep, back in 1 second. I was thinking perhaps it's nice to use extra magnets. I don't know if I am going to need them, but for just in case I will place them already. So what I did is I grabbed my pages and I just lay them on here, not in the quite order, but just putting them in here for measuring, and then just slide it all to the spine, of course, because that is the place where it's going to be, and then just fold it as all the pages are already in, and then just go measure how far your this flap is going to be, and just laying it flat as it's supposed to be, and then this fold back, and then like this, and I hope my magnets are attaching. Yep, they are. And let's secure them. So that is already finished. Well, it's already an extra closure, and I will see if I will use the bronze closure on this, but I think this is for now already nice. So okay, let's continuing with my design paper. I was thinking of using this one because I really like this one, but I was thinking this is very busy, and if I were doing this, then this comes over and we have a bookbinder's linen for the spine, so we only see this, and perhaps I want to embellish it, and then it's really too busy. So for me this paper is a no-no, and I thought that this will be better. What do you think? It's very nice light, and I still can embellish it, perhaps with nice pink or white flowers. So I think, yeah, I think I will going to use this. So, and for the rest I will see with what fits with these papers. Okay, so I covered it up and I will show you later, but for now it's time to make the closure. And yeah, well, we still have the magnetic, but still really like this closure to use. So what I did, well, this is now wider, bigger, thicker, so we need to make sure that this will pop up a little. So I glued a piece of cardstock underneath. So let's use 2. One on the inside. That part is going to be just a little tinier. So let's see how we can manage that without too much wasting any nice stuff. Okay, let's put this in here, but make sure your opening is not going to be smaller. So I'll wait for my glue to dry, and now this opening is still nice open. Here we go. And now the second piece. Okay, that's enough. Okay, now I just grab a marker and I just make these lines a little black. Here we go. Okay, so now I have made 2. Let's turn off my glue gun. Always forget turning that off. Okay, now the second part is my brads are really too thin to go all the way to the layers of chipboard. So and also on this one. So these are really too short. So I have to search something else, and I came up with these ones. So let me show you the difference between these two. You see, it's just, well, it's not that big, but it's enough. I already tested out and it's good enough. And so I'm going to use these. I already have picked 4. And I was trying to use these ones. These you'll find in any store. But well, really, these are pretty long and really sturdy. But I know that the head is really too thick. So the closure is not going to be over this head. So that's why I am using the black ones. But okay. So let's make, so let's see, let's give it a go. I think I need 6 and 6. Yes. This one is nice. Okay, so I will make the marks where my my first hole is going to be. And then I just going to punch a hole in. Grab a piece and a brad, and then of course just go all the way in. Well, now I really have my place. Let's see why it did make such a big hole. I don't know, but it does not have to be that big. So now I need a second hand. Okay, just you see these legs are longer. There we go. That's one. Now it's easy to make the second hole. I hope I am not with my hat, but it has to be done. Push it in. Hope I am getting it straight. Let's see. Okay. Let's turn it over. Really have the space. Go. That's one. Okay, let's do the closure part. Let's grab it, shovel it underneath, and then just hold it steady, and then make a mark. There we go. And then of course the same thing, making a hole. Where is the other one? The other one. Go. Okay. Well, just hold it steady, as tight as you can. Just open the legs and push it really hard. And then the other one. There we go. So now we have done the first one. So it will open and close. That's done. Okay. So yeah, I will do the second one. Back in a second. So for now it's done, and I used my Tim Holtz die to give the closure a more yeah, really pop out, pop out. So yeah, I really like how it turns out, and of course perhaps later we are going to do some embellishment on this side, but for now it's done. So easy, open it up, and it's still closed with the magnetic. It's just an extra touch, and when we open it up, you have to put these away for a minute. And the inside is still be needed, and this is the outside. So this is the front. This piece of paper I use for the back, and yeah, this is the front. And I use for the spine, and as you can see, it's a little lace kind of thing. And it's my very first bookbinder's linen I ever bought, and I bought this on a fair. And this person don't have it anymore. She also bought it somewhere on a big factory, but she don't have it anymore. So I can't help you finding the name of how it's called, but it's really the fancy stuff of bookbinder's linen. So yeah, I just had lucky to get it, so hope you don't mind. So let's get making the hinge. Yeah, and I'm doing the inside, but first making the hinge, and then I decide if I want to make first a black or making it with design paper. So first make the hinge. Okay, hello, back again. Let's make a hinge. So I grab another base page, and these are the marks we are going to use for the score lines. So let's see if I am having it straight. 2 7 of an 8, 3 5 of an 8, 5 7 of an 8, 8 1 of an 8, and 8 7 of an 8 inch. I don't have a centimeter board, so I'm just giving you the measurements in inches. So let's start at 2 7 of an 8. 2 7 of an 8, yeah, that's here. Then at 3 5 of an 8, that is here, that's the gossip. Then 5 7 of an 8, ooh, that's a tricky one. It's just beside the line, so I think this is, I have to do it just in a minute, because this is just besides the fold line, and so I will do that later. So that was 5 7 of an 8. Oh my gosh, I totally am wrong. This is the line I need. No worry, don't see that. So yeah, 5 7 of an 8. And then at 8 1 of an 8, and the last one is 8 7 of an 8, 8 7 of an 8. That's the second gossip. Okay, that is it. So now we want to do is fold this one up and fold this one up like this, and then fold this one, and then this one forwards, and then this one. Okay, so now what we do have is a very large hinge, and we're going to need that because of the big pages. We're going to need that. So we have 1 hinge, 2 hinge, 3 hinge. Hope you can see that. We have 3 hinges. 1 2 3. Yes. So the next thing what we want to do is attach these two to each other. So let's grab some tape, and I really am going to very be close to the edge. Up here too. Yeah, just doing it all over. Because I really want it. This is perfect attached to each other. Oh, that's the end of it. Finished. So peel it off. And then just glue this all together. There you go. Now it's easy to see that we made a tree hinge. Okie dokie. So up till the next part. So again, these are the score lines I used in inches. I do not have a centimeters scoreboard, so it's in inches. Okay. But if you do, let's see, if you're having a let's see, if you do have a centimeter scoreboard, let's see, let's just see if I can give you the measurements. It's a little more than 7, really, because I did mark it. Yeah, it's a little more than 7, but the gossip between, you can make them 2. You can make them 2 centimeters. So if you will begin at the middle, just fold A4 in the middle, yeah, and then just use this one as 7 for the 7 centimeters, and then 2 centimeters, the gossip. Then you have this one also. So it's really easy peasy, if it makes sense. So yeah, you can do it. It's not that difficult. Okay, next thing what I'm going to do is glue some black papers on the spines. And I always use some extra tape at these gossips, so the black paper attach really nice and don't get loose. So let's see. There we go. I'm going to use just wet glue on the middle. Still enough. Okay. And then we just, does not need to be perfect, but we need to cover it up. There we go. Use your bone folder to let all the tape and glue really attach good to each other. Especially in the gossips, in the openings, and then just slightly go in and just be gentle with your fold. That's one. Let's see, let's turn this around, this very big one, and then do the same thing. Just be gentle, not pushing it too hard, and let it come easy. That's it. Okay, so perfect. Yes. I will do that the same thing at this point, so I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, now I have made my 2 parts with black, and now I'm going to attach the hinge to it, so let's peel it off. And I made sure I taped the complete thing so I don't miss any spots, because this is going to be heavy with all these big pages. So you're definitely going to need strong stuff. I'm going to apply extra glue just in case. Like I said, this has to be very, very strong. We don't want this to get loose. Okay, so let's see how I can manage this in the middle. I think this way is the best way, and then eyeball it in the middle. Or you can measure it, of course. But now with the wet glue, it's nice to see that we can adjust it when needed. Use your bone folder to make sure your glue is going everywhere. Okay, this is not going anywhere, but of course we have to let it dry before we go to make the pages in, so that's why I already put mine in. Okay, so that's it. We have 3 pages, 6 to go in. That was very, very easy. Okay, next step is I think we first go to this page. We still need 1 page to go with the ribbon. So yeah. Nice. I think I will use first a base. Oh, that does not fit properly, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's first take a little break. I decided first to do the pages in, so I put on my tape, and as you can see, I did not put my tape all the way to the end. I just leave enough space for these pages are really big, so you don't want to get this all the way to the end, otherwise the pages don't want to go any flat, as it is possible with these large pages. So what I do with the first one, well, just peel off your tape. And I will show you. I am just, and again, I really like using extra glue if I need to wiggle a little, and for the extra strength it gives, because these papers are really heavy, so you want that. So what I do is just line this up and just push it against the hinge, and then just bring this over, and you will see, you noticed that the page is going to be a little, I call that, let's see if I'm everywhere straight, I think I am. So I am pushing, because if you do this on this side and you flip it over, it already gets a little bumpy. So that's why I do it like this. I really get my tape attached to the page, to the first page. So now if I flip this over, you see we'll have a little space that will give you the possibility that this will stay flat if you flip it over. So that's why I want to mention that. Well, the second page is done, and that's the biggest one, but we can, because we have almost a 2 centimeters of gossip. So what I now am going to do is I am going to line up first on here, and then I go to this side. So let's put some glue on and some tape, because we want this to be on its place and not wiggling everywhere. So place the tape. And just a few on the middle. And that will hold. There we go. Well, peel it all off. There we go. Put some extra glue on, of course, so we can wiggle. And I think we are going to need that wiggle space. So I am doing it all the way. And in the middle. Here we go, fingers crossed. Okay, so line it up in this corner, then go up to that corner, and when you are satisfied, just laying it all the way to the other end. And that's it. And then just squeeze your tape and glue all together. And you can open this up and use this to make sure your tape is getting everywhere, especially here at the hinge. Here we go. Okay, so the first page is already in and it's really heavy. Cool. So yeah, the other pages will be the exact same thing. And let's see, I am going to use this one. So I line it up at the bottom, so this will is laying flat, and then I just fold this up same way as the other one and go on and on. So yeah, back in a minute. And then when all the pages are in, now you understand why I made this extra wideness, this 30.5 and this 30. So now you can see that this pages is going to be a little wider because we have left a little space. So the pages will be laying as flat as possible. So that is why I did that. So when you have it all in and you close it like this, then this piece is coming gently to the pages, but not pushing it. So you have to be sure that you are not going too wide. It's nice to have a 5 millimeter away from this, but not too wide. So now it's just a perfect fit. Okay, yeah, now I think it's time to put this page in, and now I am knowing how this is going to be turned out. So I don't want to make a very thick page on the first one because we don't have that many space. So because this is really flat, but I think we can manage that one with the lace on this this side. And then on the bottom here I am just going to decorate it and with a big pocket, the same one as the first album. And then on here just making decoration of my leftovers paper. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so yeah, almost finished. Hope you liked it till now. I know I do. Bye bye.